There's a colonel who visits the station on the 31st of May 2020 at 09:55, and he makes the following entries. Entry number 1, he says, "Be relief on duty." You will recall that we put it to you that as Colonel Swanepoel testified, there's a change of shifts every 12 hours, and we referred you to the entry at 05:45, entry 2192, which reads, "Duty on members of Relief B reported on duty, free from injuries inspected." So what this colonel who's visiting the station is basically saying, firstly, he confirms that Relief B is on duty.
Uyakhumbula ke siqale ngokuthi
Members of Relief B are on duty, sorry.
ukuthi ke uSwanepoel uye wafika lapha ngekundla ke ukuthi ke makusekushaya amahora ayishumi nesishiyagalombili ke bayashintsha ama-shift ke njengoba sibonile la kulo bufakazi lobu 2192 ukuthi ngo-05:45 ukuthi ke ama-member azoreporta emsebenzini ayangena. Manje ke bese ngomhla ka-31 kuye uMeyi unyaka 2020 uthi kuyisonto lana ke lana kusho ukuthi ke yena lo district duty officer okucolonel uzile la estation uyasho ke ukuthi ke amaphoyisa azoreporta kwangalelo langa siwafikile emsebenzini.
Mina ngithe angaze ngize ngimbone lo muntu okhuluma ngaye.
I did say that I do not know, and I have not seen this person that you are referring to.
And secondly, the colonel made the following entry: 3 awaiting trial in the cells, awaiting trial detainees in the cells.
Uthi ke kunabalisa ke noma ke abantu abamele ke kulo ke cala labo abathathu khona lapha emaseleni.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi akaze ngimbone mina lo muntu lo.
Like I've indicated that I did not see that person.
Entry number 3, during the station visits, he says the client service center was clean and neat.
Uthi ke number 3 ioffice lelo esilibiza ukuthi CSC Client Service Center uthi ke lalihlwengile noma lahlanzekile.
Angazi lutho ngakho konke lokho kushoyo lo muntu.
I know nothing of what this person is saying.
Then entry number 4, he makes an entry about dockets.
La ku number 4 ke ukhuluma ngamadokethi.
Then entry number 5, which is relevant for our purpose, he says no outstanding complaint.
Ku number 5 ke uthi ke akuzange kube khona ke khononda.
Mina ngoba ngisho namanje ukuthi mina ngacomplain ngasho ngatshena amaphoyisa ukuthi ngishayiwe amaphoyisa.
Like I still say now, I still maintain that I did tell the police that I was assaulted.
So iphoyisa lafika kayi-1 kimi ngatshena ukuthi ngishayiwe amaphoyisa.
And the police officer that came to me came only once, and I told him that I was arrested, I was assaulted rather, by police.
Mayikhuluma ukuthi abangacomplainanga ngikhuluma ngabanye abantu hayi ngami mina ngasho ukuthi amaphoyisa ngishayile.
If they are making reference of people who did not complain, they are not referring to me because I did complain.
Colonel Swanepoel also outlined the procedure if there's a complaint of assault against a police officer. He testified that as soon as a detainee is injured and he alleges that he is assaulted, he has a right to open a criminal docket, and that criminal docket will then be transferred to the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, or IPID. They must be informed within 12 hours to ensure that they take over the investigation of that specific case. And this we see in his evidence of 1 February 2024, page 13.
Othi-ke uSonepulu uyawachaza ukuthi makuwukuthi kuba khona-ke ukukhononda ekuvela kumsola noma-ke umuntu oboshiwe estation samaphoyisa echaze-ke ukuthi ushayiwe kanti-ke futhi ushaywe iphoyisa kuyilungelo lakhe ukuthi khona lapho avuleke icala lelo phoyisa lelo livulelwe-ke icala bese liyathumelwa-ke ehhovisi elikhulu lamaphoyisa sibiza ngokuthi-ke IPD. Kumele kwenzeke lokho ngaphambi kokuthi kudlule-ke amahora ayisishiyagalombili ukuthi-ke kuzokwazi ukuthi kube nophenyo mayelana nalelo phoyisa lelo.
uSolepuna wayekhuluma ngemithetho abatshenwa yona mabeqashwa esiphoyiseni okungasho ukuthi amaphoyisa enza lowo mthetho lowo ngoba ngisho ukuthi mina ngakhoplena ngatshela iphoyisa ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile la hamba la ucheck ukuthi imaphi amaphoyisa engifike nawo lathola ukuthi amaphoyisa enational but la maphoyisa la angaphezulu kwabo ngoba bona besebenza estation nje.
Sonepulu was making a reference to what their rules as and when they are employed. That it does not mean that they would follow the rules. And I did make mention of the fact that I was assaulted there, and the police officer who came to me, it was only one police officer, and once.
ukuba babenza lento le esho uSonepulu bakuthiwa amaphoyisa alandela lo mthetho lo osho uSonepulu ngabe iphoyisa lalivula lelo cala lelo.
Before that, I had omitted something, my lord, is when he says that the police officer that he reported to told him that he was going to check as to who is the police officers that assaulted him, and he then gave a report to say that those police officers are above them. And if they were following this set of rules that Sonepulu has outlined to us, then that would not have been the case.
But once again, Mr. Sibiya, you are unable to say as to when you allegedly reported an incident to this police officer, and you can also not give the name of that police officer. Is that correct?
Kodwa mnumzane uyahluleka-ke wena ukusitshela ukuthi-ke kwakunini kanti-ke futhi le phoyisa leli o-report kulo ubani.
Ngiyasho lesikhathi ngilapha ya Everalia usuka ngikukhumbula kodwa akusho ukuthi lokho leyo ayenzakalanga.
I did indicate that what day, I do not remember as to what day was it, but that does not mean that it did not happen.
Namanje nje nawo amaphoyisa lapha ya awafakile amagama awo la ukuthi angobani nawa yakhona.
As police officers here before court, the accused person or the witness is pointing out to the gallery, they do not have their name tags on with them.
But the fact of the matter is that you did not open a docket. Is that correct?
Ukuthi-ke awuzange ulivule idokodo.
Icomplaint ngayifaka.
I laid a complaint.
Iphoyisa yile ngangivulelanga idocket kodwa khona icomplaint ngayifaka.
A complaint to a police officer is the one that did not open a docket on my behalf.
Colonel Sonepulu further testified that there are oversight committees, parliamentary oversight committees on policing, who visit and inspect detainees, and that complaints can also be made to them.
Kukhona-ke inhlangano noma-ke iyikhulu ezithi-ke ziyakhona ukuthi zize zizovakasha lapha estation. Makuwukuthi kukhona-ke isimo esifana nokuthi-ke umuntu uyashaywa, akwazi ukuthi-ke abike kubona isimo esinjalo.
Umuntu yakwazi ukuthi abike kubona.
Did you say that one is able to report it to them?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did not file any complaint with the parliamentary oversight committee.
Awuzange-ke ureportele-ke yona le committee le.
Mina ngiyasho namanje ukuthi umuntu engamreportela iphoyisa kufana le phoyisa lo lafika ngo 5 to 10 angazange ngize ngilibone lo phoyisa lo nabo labo bantu labo akaze ngize ngibabone.
I did indicate that I made a report to one police officer. However, this one that says he arrives at 5 to 10, I did not see that police.
Kungaba nzima ukuthi ngavula ukuthi ngatshena abantu ngakaze ngize ngibabone.
It would be difficult for me to report a matter to people that I've not even seen.
Just to clear one aspect on this parliamentary oversight institution, is the state alleging that on a particular day, this institution that it has referred to now actually did arrive or did go to Filaria?
Well, we're quoting the evidence of Colonel Sonepulu. He says in general, there are also parliamentary oversight committees that do visit police stations.
Yes, but my lord, but now the question that has been asked from this witness is that he did not even, or he also did not even report to that parliamentary oversight institution. That was the question, yes.
So, Mr. Sibiya, you are saying that no complaint was filed with the Parliamentary Oversight Committee.
Usike wena uzange ukhona nje noma ke ufake ke i-complaint kule nhlangano yabantu abakhethiwe ke ukuthi babhekane nezinto ezifana nalezo ukuthi ke
Which is the clarification that I'm seeking, that now, that is the state then, by asking that question, is the state stating it as a matter of fact that that parliamentary oversight committee actually went to Fileria police station at the time at which Mr. Sibiya could have been detained there now?
Yes, is that so or not so, sir?
My lord, we're saying that it's a right that every detainee has to file a complaint. So we're just asking him, did he exercise that right? Did he file a complaint with the Parliamentary Oversight Committee? That's the question.
umbuzo ke
The state is dodging this question, and I'm going to emphasize on it up until the states come up very clear. Exercising a right is one thing, but saying to this witness that it did not even file a report with this parliamentary oversight institution simply suggests that that institution was there. Then this accused person decided not to exercise his right. That's why I'm asking if the state is then saying it as a matter of fact that that institution, that parliamentary, what is it now? Parliamentary oversight institution, I think it's jigs, whether or not it went there. That's what we want to know, my lord. Are they asserting that that institution actually did visit Fileria?
Yes, Mr.
We've already responded to that. We said it's a right, a general right that an accused person or a detainee has, and we just established from him as whether did he exercise that right. That's all that we want to find out from him.
okuyikona ke umnumzane Sibekazama ukucacisa ukuthi yebo umshushisi uthi ke kuyilungelo laka noma uba noma ke lo muntu ke uboshiwe ukuthi ena akakwazi ukuthi a report ke kule nhlangano uma ngabe ukuthi ehlakalele isigameko esifana nalesi sosichazile uthi ke yena ufuna ukwazi ukuthi ke abashushisi bathi ngalelo langa kuyenzeka ukuthi ke lelo committee lalabo bantu ke bebakhona yini endaweni uma ngabe wena uboshiwe uthi ke umshushisi yena uyabuza nje njengoba kuyilungelo laka noma ubani ukuthi wena ukwenzile lokho noma cha.
Angaze ngize ngibabone labantu okhuluma ngabo ukuba iphoyisa engathi mangireportela ukuthi ngishayiwe lathi malihamba liyobona ukuthi labantu abangishayile bathi lithi bangaphezulu kwabo ukube la ngitshena ukuthi hayi makuso yenza kanje uhalandela imigudu eso ngabe ngalandela lo mgudu leyo angaze ngize ngikwenze ngoba lawo nhlaba zange beze befike ngikhona eVeraliya angaze ngize ngibabone.
I did not see these people that you keep on referring to, and the police officer who came to see me after telling him that I was assaulted and he went to go check and find out that the people who had assaulted me, they are of a higher rank than him, he could have told me or gave me advice as to what procedure can I follow. I was going to follow the same procedure only if I was told, but I did not see those people.
See, Colonel Swanepoel further testified that if a police officer does not report an injury to an institution such as the Independent Police Investigative Directorate and with oversight committees that visit police station, he can be held liable. So this police officer that you allege that you reported to can be held liable if he did not report an incident as you allege.
Utheke umnumzane Swanepoel ke kunethimba leli iPid lapho kunikezelwa ku report khona noma kubikwa khona ke amacala enziwe amaphoyisa uthi ke bekumele kumthetho wabo esiphoyiseni ukuthi makuukuthi iphoyisa liyahluleka ukubika lolo daba lolo lizofanele ukuthi ke liziphendulele kuloko.
ngoba ngisho ukuthi iphoyisa ngalitshela ukuthi mina ngishayiwe. So iphoyisa yilo kwakumele lingitshela ukuthi hayi labantu ababe ngaphezulu kwami nje ngokwe rank yami. So ngizocela ukuthi ulandelele uhambe uyotshela abantu abaso ukuze bezokhona ulandelelela. Akazi lize lingitshele lo nto leyo.
Like I said that I told the police officer that I'd been assaulted, and if that police officer had advised me accordingly as to which people I should report to, I would have done the same.
And Colonel Sonepul further testified that police officers do not cover for each other. And this we see in the record on 1 February 2024, page 8, lines 1 to 9.
Okay, Colonel Sonepul, ke amaphoyisa futhi awavikelani. Sibona lowo ubufakazini bakhe la nge-1 zaka February unyaka ka 2022.
Amaphoyisa avikelana kakhulu.
Police officers protect one another a lot.
Namanje bangathulalela indaba amaphoyisa avikelana kakhulu. Kuvela manje ukuthi amaphoyisa ubani wangifaka inkinga nokuthi enze so ubani wangifaka inkinga nokuthi enze so. Mara amaphoyisa ukuvikelana avikelana ewonke. Ayavikelana.
Police officers do cover for each other up a lot. If now you can watch our television, you will see that police are covering up for each other. It is only now that is coming to light as to who did what, when.
Yes. Mr. Sibiya, it was pointed out to you yesterday that these are matters, the matters that you are referring to are matters that are being investigated, and you putting them as if these matters are facts.
Because inkantolo eyenza ke uphawu izolo ke ukuthi kusase yinsolo lezi ezenzakalayo. Kodwa wena manje usuzibeka ngathi ke kuyizinto ke eseziphothulwe noma ke sekunabo ubufakazi obubonisa ukuthi lezo zinto bazenzile nangempela. Uthi nje yinsolo lezo okhuluma ngazo wena lapha mkhulu.
Akusizi insolo.
These are not just allegations.
Like amaphoyisa la oginida mabefika la bona ngokwabo ababala ukuthi uGeneral Sibiya ukwafika esinini. Babala uNdlovu kuphela uSibiya bambala babala lokho ithimba leleli kodwa uSibiya bambala kodwa uSibiya yena ngokwakhe uyasho ukuthi mina esinini ngokufaka Senzo ngafika ngaze nganaso esibhedlela kodwa akanaso statement anaso la.
I'm citing this because even General Gininda did not say, or in his testimony to indicate to this court that General Sibiya was also present when we were arrested. So they're only stating other people, but they're not stating other people. But he was also there. Also on his own testimony, he did say that he was present, even though he did not make a statement, but he did say that he was present.
Yes, once again, Mr. Sibiya, you answer questions that are not asked. But be that as it may, we just want to refer you to the record of 31 January 2024, page 84, from line 10. This is the testimony of Lieutenant Colonel Sonepul. The state asked him, now if a person comes to the police station with injuries, will that person be allowed under any conditions to be detained in the police station? Mr. Sonepul responds as follows. If a person comes with injuries, he must be either taken by the person arresting him or the relief commander to the nearest facility for treatment. He will not be allowed to be in the cells without treatment. And then also in the Pretoria court, I can speak about Pretoria court, my lord, it is that they do not accept any detainees with injuries at the court as well, except if that person was treated by a medical practitioner.
Uthi ke mnumzane Sonepul ebufakazini bakhe ke ngomhla ka 31 uJanuwari olonyaka odlulile ke uyachaza ukuthi ke umuntu mayefika ke e-station makuthi lo muntu loyo ke ulimele uyenziwa yini ukuthi i-station noma abantu abambophile bamamukele akuleso simo leso. Uthi cha akwenziwa lokho kufanele ukuthi ke iphoyisa elimbophile noma ke ukhomanda okhona lapho enze isiqiniseko sokuthi lo muntu lo uyathatha uyisiwa emtholampilo noma ke abonane nodokotela ukuze ke athola ke usizo alidingayo. Ngaphandle ke ukuthi ke bazamukela ngaphela ngaphandle kokuthi ke makuwukuthi lo muntu sekabonene nodokotela nomuntu ke wasemtholampilo. Uthi nase police station yase Pretoria angaqinisekisa ke futhi ukuthi angeke bamamukele lo muntu mangabe efika elimele.
Usolepula mayikhuluma kanje ukuthi umbuzo angazi ukuthi wawumbuze ngayiphi indlela ukuthi noma uthe amaphoyisa asebenza ama-police station asebenza ngayiphi indlela na. Yena lenkulumo ayikhulumayo ikulumo yalafunde khona ukuthi umthetho wesiphoyisa uhamba kanje. Kodwa amaphoyisa nama-police station awenzi ngalendlela le uSonepula asho ngayo. Uma ikhuluma nge-police station yasePitori angimazi ukukhuluma ngayiphi ngoba mina iverali yangithatha ngilimele namanje nakho kuyabonakala. Ngaze ngatshena icourt izigayi-2 ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile. Nakhona futhi e-police station yakhona le everali ngawatshena iphoyisa lakhona ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile.
I don't know as to what was the question posed to which, in what way or in what manner was the question posed for Swanepoel to respond in such a fashion. However, I did say to you that what Swanepoel is saying in this statement, it's their police rules that are being taught when they get employed. But like I'm saying in Valeria, I did say that I was injured and I still have those marks on my wrist showing that I was injured.
You said something about appearing in court.
Kukhona okushilo mayelana nokuthi wavela enkantolo.
Ngithi ngasho ecourt yaseThembisa ukuthi amaphoyisa angishaya.
I did mention it in Tembisa Court that the police officers assaulted me.
The charge sheet, just to digress a bit, the charge sheet of the Tembisa proceedings were handed as Exhibit 00. Your first appearance was on the 1st of June, 2020.
Waqala ke kubingelela imantshi ngomhla ka-1 kuJune 2020.
Yeah.
And you were represented by Mr. Macheke.
Ummeli wakho kwakuwumnumzane Macheke.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's absolutely no entry that you were assaulted.
Akukho lapho kubhalwe khona lapha kule charge sheet ukuthi ke wawushayiwe.
Umacheka mina ngamtshela ukuthi ngishayile.
I told Macheke that I was assaulted.
Ngaphinde ngazomtshela nge-10 kaJuly ukuthi lamaphoyisa aqhubeka lokho yangishaya.
I also told him further on the 10th of July that these police are continuing to assault me.
Ila atshena khona icourt ukuthi lo muntu lo akaye kuphi akaye jail asuke ema-police station.
This is when he said I told him on the 10th of July that I was being continuously assaulted, and then it is at that time that this person should be removed from the police stations and be sent to an actual correctional facilities.
Then on the 1st of June, 2020, the matter was then postponed to 8th of June, 2020.
Lahlehliswa ke icala mhla ka-1 kuJune, lahlehliswa mhla ka-8 kuJune kolona unyaka ka-2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on the 8th of June, 2020, you were still represented by Mr. Macheke.
Usamele uyena ke umnumzane Macheke kuyo lona le date yange-8 zaka-June.
Yeah.
Yes.
And still there's no entry that you have been assaulted.
Nalapho futhi akubhalwanga ke ukuthi wena ulimele noma ushayiwe.
Ngamtshela mina kuMacheka ukuthi bangishaya abantu laba.
I told Macheke that I was assaulted by these people.
But what is interesting, Mr. Sibiya, regarding the proceedings of the 8th of June, 2024, the defense says, the state initially says you've given Pumalanga address, then the defense responded as follows. They gave address as 1818 Vusimusi Squatter Camp. Accused resides with Uncle Ntuli.
Khona lapho eThembisa ngomhla ka-8 kuJune kunyaka 2020 uma uvela enkantolo yaseThembisa bashushisi bathi ke wena unikezele ngekheli laseMpumalanga ke ummeli wakho wangaleso sikhathi mayephendula waphendula wathi ikheli lakho 1818 Vusimusi Squatter Camp lapho uhlala khona nomalume uNtuli.
Ikheli lami 1818 Vusimuzi section.
My address is 1818 Muzi section.
Yes, naturally, you'll anticipate the question. Remember, when we're dealing with Exhibit NN, the entry by Lieutenant Colonel Mboto at Deep Kloof Police Station. He entered your address as 1818 Vusimuzi Squatter Camp, and you said the word squatter camp does not correctly depict your address, but here it is in different proceedings where it's given exactly as Lieutenant Colonel Mboto entered their address in the occurrence book.
Lenkulumo ke ivela ekutheni uColonel Mbotho wabhala ke kuleya occurrence book ukuthi ke i-address yakho yi-1818 Vusimuzi Squatter Camp. Wena ke wasuyayiphikisa ukuthi ayiveli ngalendlela eyiyona, wena uthi uhlala e-1818 Vusimuzi section.
Namanje ngisasho ngihlala eVusimuzi 1818 Vusimuzi section la bengihlala khona nomalume.
I still maintain my statement that my address is 1818 Vusimuzi section, wherein I was residing with my uncle.
Yes, but,
Isquatter camp la angisazi.
I know nothing of a squatter camp.
yes, but we've put it through. This is what stands on the record. Then the matter was postponed to the 19th of June 2020.
Lahlehliswa ke icala lahlehliswa mhla ka-19 kuJuni kunyaka ka-2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on the 19th of June 2020, the court was closed due to COVID infection, and you were also not present.
Mhla ka-19 kuJuni kunyaka 2020 ke kwakuvaliwe kungasetshenzwa enkantolo ngenxa ye-COVID ke nawe wawungekho enkantolo.
It was then postponed to 30 June,
Lahlehliselwa mhla ka-30 June.
and on 30 June, you were still not brought to court.
Awuzange walethwa ke enkantolo mhla ka-30 kuJuni.
It was then postponed to 10 July 2020.
Lahlehliselwa mhla ka-10 July khona ku-2020.
Then on 10 July, you were present in court with Mr. Macheke.
Ukhona ke mhla ka-10 kuJuly naye umnumzane Macheke.
This-
Mhla ka-10 July la uMatsheka futhi engaphinda amtshena khona lamaphoyisa lokhu aqhubeka angishaya. Ila atshena khona ikatolo ukuthi lo muntu ngone ejele.
Yes, it is when on that day, on the 10th of July, wherein I informed Mr. Macheke that these people are continuously assaulting me, and it was on suggestion to the court that I be taken to a correctional service facilities, not to be kept at the police station.
You recall that the entry on the day, the 10th of July 2020, was that accused being assaulted by SAPD Silverton.
Kwathiwa ke mhla ka-10 July 2020, kwathiwa wena ushayeke amaphoyisa wasesteshi sase-Silverton.
Angaze ngishaya amaphoyisa ase-Silverton.
I had never been assaulted by Silverton police officers.
Inkulumo ngayibeka kanje mina.
What
Yes.
I said was this, the following.
Bese ngihlala eSilverton bese bengisusile eVeralia sengise Silverton.
I was now at that stage kept in Silverton. They had removed me from Valeria.
Ngitshena uMatsheka ukuthi ngifuna ukusuka ema-police station. Amaphoyisa la aqhubeka ayangishaya. Ngikhuluma amaphoyisa ase-Silverton. Amaphoyisa ase-Silverton akaze zengishaya, akaze zengihlukumeze. Akaze ngidlalise even ngiyi-1 eselini. Bathi bafika nalonto lokuthi angidlale ngiyi-1. Babatshethi la akwenzeki umuntu akekho umuntu olale eyi-1 la.
No, I said to my attorney now, since that I'm kept now in the Silverton police station, I never said the police from Silverton police station are assaulting me. I said that these people are continuing to assault me. I never pointed it out as the police of Silverton being the ones assaulting me. Police from Silverton made sure that I do not sleep alone. And
Mina amaphoyisa engangisho ukuthi angishaya, ngangisho nala omhula.
why the police officers that I was referring to as the police officers who were assaulting me, I was referring to Mohula and them,
Lamaphoyisa ngibopha nje.
the police officers that had arrested me.
You see, Mr. Mgomezulu, as you correctly point out, put it on record that police officers at Silverton did not assault you. This we see in the proceedings of the 1st of February 2024, page 12.
Kuyiqiniso ke lokho kushoyo ukuthi umnumzane uMngomezulu washo naye ngomhla ka-1 February unyaka 2024 ukuthi amaphoyisa waseSilverton awakaze awakushaya.
Awakaze angishaya amaphoyisa aseSilverton, amaphoyisa angishayo yiwo la.
Police officers from Silverton never assaulted me. The police who assaulted me are the ones that arrested me.
Sergeant Mohola has testified that it's correct that you were then transferred to Modabi Correctional Facility after the 10th of July 2020.
Emveni kweyi-10 zaka-July kunyaka 2020 kuyiqiniso ukuthi ke wase uyathatha uyiswa ke eModabi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sergeant Mohola has testified that after you were transferred to Modabi, you pleaded with her to be placed back to the cells as you were complaining about the food at Modabi Correctional Service being insufficient.
Uthi ke yena umukhula wena uma sewulisiwe lapho ke eModabi waphinde ke wamcela ukuthi ngiyacela mina ukuthi ngiphindisele estation ngoba ke ukhononda ngokudla kwalapha eModabi.
Uthi ngakukhononda mina?
Ukhononda ngokudla kwaseModabi.
Awukhuluma amanga.
No, she's lying.
We'll find the relevant portion on the record. She further testified that she followed up your allegations of assault. She came to you and you did not want to cooperate with her.
Uthi ke uye walandelela lo daba lwakho lokuthi ke ushayiwe. Kodwa wena ke awuzange ukuthi ufune ke ukusebenzisana naye.
Wayilandelela ukuthi elandelela ubani ngoba yibo abengishaya.
How was it that he was going to make a follow-up because they are the ones that were assaulting me?
Yes, she did testify to that effect.
Uye wanikezela ngobufakazi ke mayelana nalolo daba lolo.
Akusili iqiniso lela elisho.
That is not true of what she had said.
We'll come back to that entry wherein she testified to that effect. Then just to come back to exhibits NN, there's an entry at 10 o'clock, still on the 31st of May 2020. It says cell visit, Warrant Officer Kobe and Constable Matlakwana found 2 awaiting trial prisoners in custody without complaints.
Khona ngazo ke zona i-31 zaka May kunyaka ka 2020 ubhaliwe futhi khona la ukuthi ke umuntu ozayo uzobheka emaselini wakuthi ukuthi wake warrant officer Kobe kanti naye constable Mahlakwane bafika ke bathola abalisa ababili abayibevalele lapho balinda ukuthula kwecala ngaphandle kokukhononda.
Namanje ngiyasho ukuthi mina lafika iphoyisa engakhoplena kule engatshena ukuthi ngishaywa amaphoyisa.
I still maintain that there was one police officer that it came to me and then I told him that I was assaulted by the police.
Yes, just to come back to that portion that we referred to of the evidence of Sergeant Mohola. This was on the 22nd of November 2023, page 21. She testified as follows: My Lord, there's no one who could confirm that there was such an incident taking place at that police station after your complaint.
Ubufakazi bakhe noma ke ubufakazi ayeyabuthula ke ngomhla ka-22 November kunyaka waka 2023 uthi ke akuzange kube khona abantu abebaqinisekisa ukuthi lesi sehlakalo noma ke isigameko leso sichazile ukuthi sike sayenzeka.
My Lord, I can also confirm that.
Which?
Sorry, I'll just read this and give it to you. Sorry. My Lord, I can also confirm that he made these changes because somewhere along in the investigations he lied. So the truth was catching up with him. So that is why now he was now changing to say that he must be detained at correctional services. Also, my lord, can I put it on record that when he was indeed detained at Modabi prison, my lord, because I was the one who was taking him to court and fetching him, he then came back to me and said, "Can you please take me back to the police holding cells because the food there is not enough the way it is being served at the police station." So, my lord, this proves that accused one and me were decent with each other, because he came back to me to say, it's an inaudible part, that were exactly his words, my lord. So, my lord, he wanted to be detained back to the police holding cells. Then I told him to say, "And now you'll go back to court and accuse me of assaulting you again." So I refused.
Lobu ke ubufakazi bakhe ke uMohula lapha echaza khona mhla ka-22 kuNovember kunyaka ka-23 ukuthi inkosi yenkantolo ngiyaqinisekisa ke ukuthi akuzange kube khona isehlakalo esinjalo ke estation samaphoyisa, futhi ngiyaqinisekisa ke ukuthi ushintsho olwenzeka ngoba ukuthi ke ngaqala ngenza ke uphenyo ngafuna ukwazi noma ke ukuphenya mayelana naleso hlakalo leso, kodwa ke ngathola ke ukuthi ke uqambe amanga. So iqiniso wayengasazi ukuthi uzothini, ngoba ke mase ngenza uphenyo lami ngathola ke ukuthi akakhuluma iqiniso. Wayeshintsha ke wacela ukuthi akashintshwe asiwe ke ejele, wathathwa woyisa ke ejele ngoba kwakuyimina engengimhambise enkantolo ke. Waphinde wangicela ukuthi ke ucela ukuthi ngimbuyisele kuphi estation samaphoyisa ngenxa yani yokudla nangendlela ebanikezwa ngayo ke ukudla. Lokho kuyakhombisa inkosi enkantolo ukuthi ke mina naye sasisesimene esikahle sokuthi siyakwazi ukukhuluma kahle, ngoba kwakuyimina umuntu engangimthatha ngimise ke enkantolo. Kwakuyiwona ke amazwi akhe lawo ukuthi yena ucela ukuthathwa abuyisele ke station samaphoyisa lapha azovalelwa khona ke emaselini. Wathi ke yena uMoholo ukuthi yena ke washo kuwe wanqaba kuwena ukuthi uzophinde futhi ufike inkosi enkantolo uthi mina ngiyakushaya. Kwaba yisona ke isizathu sakhe sokuthi enqaba ukuthi ke ususwele eModabi uzophinde futhi ubuyisele estation samaphoyisa.
Umhula ukhuluma manga lento ayikhulumayo.
Mohola is lying on what she's saying.
Mina mangisuka ngifuna ukusuka ema-police station ngiye ejele, ingoba ngangihlukunyezwa ema-police station yibo Mhula. And ngangeke ngize ngithi uma kuthiwa kuyenzeka ngithi ngifuna ukubuya ngangingaphinde ngitshene i-lawyer, ngoba noma ngifuna ukuhamba angitshenanga uMhula, ngatshena i-lawyer lami ukuthi ngifuna ukusuka ema-police station, ngifuna ukusiwa ejele.
The reason
Ngoba
why
e-police station
The reason why I made a request before a court through my attorney at that time was that I wanted to be kept at Modabi because I was abused by Mohula and them. And I could not have made that request to Mohula for her to arrange to take me back to the police station because they are the ones that were abusing me.
ngoba ejele bafika noma isiphi isikhathi bona uMhula noma Bhena no okela amaphoyisa ngibopha bafika noma isiphi isikhathi ejele epolice station engithathe mayifuna ukungithatha. So angisafuni ema-police station, ngifuna ukuya ejele, ngazi ukuthi ejele uma ngilele ngiyavuka ekseni ngenza lokho okwenziwe ejele ngikushaya isikhathi sokuthi ngiyolala ngiphinde ngiyolala.
I also further explained that the reason why I wanted to be kept in a correctional facilities is because I would do what is done there. But at the police station, Mohula and them, as and when they want, they would come at the police station, take me and bring me back. But at the prison, when they wake up, I'll also wake up. When it's my time to sleep, then I would do so.
And ngangeke ngize ngicomplain noma kuthiwa ngangaba necomplain ngangayitsheni lawyer ngangeze ngicomplain ngokudla. Labantu bebekwazi ukungithatha la ekseni bengise ekhaya bebuye nami beze bezongibeka la ngesikhathi abangibeka ngingakaze ngize ngidle bengisuse police station ekseni beyilapha baya nami khona beze bengibuyisela police station ngazange ngize ngize ngidle.
It could not have been that I would make this a report to Mohula because Mohula and them are the people and the same people that would take me from home, take me here, take me home the whole day or the entire day without food. So I would not have made such a complaint to them. So they would come and take me wherever they want to take me, bring me back without any food.
Lento ayikhuluma la yonke ingamanga.
So this whole thing that she has said here, it's a lie.
No, but is it correct that Sergeant Mukhola was transporting you from Morabi prison to court?
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi uSergeant Mokula ubekuyena ke umuntu ebekuthatha ke eModabi ekusenkantolo.
Bengithathwa noma yiliphi iphoyisa hayi ukuthi uye.
No, I was taken by any other
Okay lama
police
phoyisa la
officer.
omkwena bebengithatha omabhena bebengithatha omhane bebengithatha nabo. Hayi ukuthi uye bengithatha ukuthi nje ngathi uye ebehlala ethatha mina lapha nejele.
No, it is not. It cannot be correct that he was the only person that had, was transporting me to court. Mokula, she was taking me to court. Mukwena, Mabena, and nobody. Mokula, no Mabena, no Mukwena. It was not like she was the only person.
Mtheno mhane.
And Mohano.
But she did transport you from Morabi Correctional Facility to court, is that correct?
Kodwa ke uye kwaba khona isikhathi lapha kulanda khona eModabi akuyisa ecourt.
Bekwenzeka angilanda kodwa akaze ngize ngikhulume nje ngale.
It would happen that should fetch me, but they had never uttered such a statement.
Namanje ngisasho ejele kungcono kakhulu kunama police station.
I still say that correctional facilities are far much better than police stations.
Ngoba namanje ngathi ngiyabheka la kwi angazi ukuthi evelali ngaphuma ngobani isikhathi namanje la bengikhiphe ebusuku khona.
I still do not know as to what time was I taken from Valeria police station up to this time, up to this stage.
Yes, because as Sergeant Mukhola testified, she refused because you would then come up with allegations of assault.
Uthi ke wanqaba yena ke uSergeant Mokhola ngesizathu sokuthi wena boza ke ule ukhonondo ukuthi ke uyashaya.
Ukushawa ngashawa kodwa lenkulumo la ekhulumayo akaze ngize ngikhulume naye kuba kukhona inkulumo njengaleyo ngizoyikhuluma nelawyer njengoba nokusuka ema-police station ngakhuluma nelawyer.
Yes, I was assaulted and such utterances by myself were never made. I never had spoken to her about this statement, and I would not have spoken to her. That's why I made the first request through my attorney.
Yes. Now, just to come back to Exhibit NN, the entries of the 31st of May 2020, the Sunday, as we've put it to that Colonel Sonepul testified that there were cell visits on the hour, every hour. There's a cell visit at 11 o'clock. It says cell visit. Warrant Officer Kobe and Constable Mahlakwana found two awaiting trial detainees in custody without complaint.
Njengoba sisichazile ke ukuthi ubufakazi bakhe uSwanepul ukuthi ke kuyeba khona amaphoyisa ezayo ke ihora nehora ukuthi ke beze bazobheka ke iboshwa noma ke abantu ababoshiwe ukuthi ke ngo11 o'clock ngazo zona ke i31 zaka May unyaka 2020 wafika ke uwarrant officer Kobe no Mahlakwane bafika bathola futhi abalisa ababili wangabi nazo ke inkulumo noma ke ukukhononda.
Namanje ngisasho ukuthi mina iphoyisa lafika kimi lafika la ngalitshena ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile.
I still maintain that the police officer who came to me, I informed him as to the fact that I was assaulted by the police.
Is the state then suggesting that those two detainees that are mentioned in this OP book, one of them is Mr. Sibiya here? Is the state saying that?
Yes, your colleague ask him.
No, my lord, but I cannot communicate with the state directly. I must address the court, and the court must clarify
I don't
issues.
know.
Okay, Mr. Baloy.
Yes, ask him, he's there.
Yes.
Mr. Baloy,
Good.
are you then suggesting
Jesus.
that, and I'm doing this what the court is saying that I should do, are you then suggesting that the two, or one of the two inmates who was at Valeria subs on the 31st that are mentioned in that OP book, one of them is Mr. Sibiya?
This is what the occurrence book is stating. So we're going according to the occurrence book.
That is the reason why I'm standing up. Are you then suggesting, on the basis of what is stated there, on that occurrence book, are you then suggesting that one of those inmates or those awaiting trialists was Mr. Sibiya?
My Lord, we've referred to the entries. If counsel wants to take it up with his client, he can do so by all means during re-examination, my Lord. There's no such a procedure that counsel is resorting to.
But that is exactly what the court said I should
the
do.
moment.
In other words, the court is saying I must ask you directly, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I've got an order from the court or permission from the court to talk to you directly, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So you can't tell me that there's no procedure like that. In fact, you need to direct that to the court, not to me, because I'm doing exactly what the court says I should do to you.
My Lord, when we were objecting during the evidence in chief of Mr. Sibiya, counsel pointed out that there'll be an opportunity for the state to cross-examine the witness, and Mr. Advocate Nisi was at pains to remind the state that there will be an opportunity for the state. We just wish to remind him of that, of what he said, that there will be an opportunity for him, my Lord, for re-examination, and he can then take or clarify that issue with his client. We're just going according to what the entry reads, my Lord, that in conjunction with the evidence of the witnesses.
The court, my lord. Mr. Sibiya needs to respond to that question now. Which is the reason why I am pertinently asking you, is the state then implying that one of the two people who was visited or who was in the cells on the 2nd, is the state then implying that one of them was Mr. Sibiya? If that is so, where that proof is? That is basically my question, and the court says I must direct that to you, and I've already done that.
My Lord, this is what is implied in the entries in the occurrence books, my Lord. Mr. Sibiya was detained in the cells. They are visited the cells, and this is a report that is being given by the people who are visiting the cells. So this is what is implied, my Lord, in the occurrence book, my Lord.
This is my Lord. My Lord, perhaps if the witness is given the whole background of Exhibit NN, this court will clearly recall on the 31st of May 2020, the evidence of Ginida is that I sent Mohola to go and fetch the witness in the box for the purposes of identifying the Sangoma, the Inyanga. So, Mr. Mnisi is quite correct. Is the implication then that the two accused awaiting trial prisoners, that the inspector or whoever went for the inspection at the cells is Mr. Sibiya? Because according to the evidence that we've had, Mr. Sibiya was already booked out for the purposes of going to hunt and search for the Sangoma, the so-called places.
I can't believe what Mr. Ramsipile just plays on the roll. I don't think he's referring to the entries, because we get into that entry. We are at 11 o'clock, and there's another entry at 11:30 that is referring to, my Lord. But once again, we just want to put it on record. This is what the occurrence books state. Sergeant Mohola testified that she put Mr. Sibiya in the cells, and all these entries refers to the people who were in the cells. Then we have just referred to the entry at 11 o'clock as confirmation of the fact that Colonel Sonepoel says there was an entry or cell visit at every hour. The previous visit was at 10 o'clock. This one is at 11 o'clock. Cell visit. Warrant Officer Kobe and Constable Matlakwane found two awaiting trial prisoners in custody without complaints.
Sigula ihora le 11 lapho ke ukolonel Sonapolo uchazile ukuthi ihora nehora kuba khona ke amaphoyisa athunywayo ukuthi ayobheka ukuthi kwenzakalani emaseleni uthi ke ngo11 kuye kwahamba ke yena uwarrant officer Gobe nayo constable Mahlakwane bathola ke abalisa ababili ababalinde ke uculo kwecala labo bakhona ngaphakathi emaseleni ngaphandle kokukhononda
ngoba ngisho ukuthi mina iphoyisa lafika kimi kayi1 ngakutshena ukuthi ngishayiwe akaze kuphinde kufike iphoyisa.
As I've stated that there was only one police officer that came to me and he came to me once.
Ngoba ngeke ngachaza ukuthi omhane bangifice ngilele.
I did indicate further that Mohane and them, when they found me, I was sleeping.
La bangivusa khona bathi asami.
I was woken up and then said we should leave.
Then at 11:30, there's now the relevant entry in this matter that Mr. Ramsipil has just referred to. At 11:30, it says investigation out. Sergeant Mohane from National Cold Case Investigation Unit with 1 male, 1 Muzi Stemba Sibiya, SAP 14/136/05/2020, and it says SAP 14A R508 6208, and it says J50 warrant of arrest.
Kulana ke ngo 11:30 khona kuyo le date nge31 kuMeyi kunyaka 2020 njengoba sibachazile ke ukuthi kuyabhalwa konke okwenzakalayo la bathiyo ukuthi warrant uSergeant Mohane obuya ke khona eNational office lo usebenzela ke ngaphansi kwethimba labaphenyi uyathatha uzophuma naye ke umuzi Stemba Sibiya nge-SAP number 14/136/05/2020 kanti futhi aphinda abhala ukuthi SAP 14 ikhona asho ke nale number le serial number le ukuthi 5R50826208 asho ke ukuthi ne-J50 ikhona kuyincwadi yokuboshwa evumele noma ke kunyeza ukuthi umuntu aboshwe.
Ngoba isikhathi engaphuma ngasa ngisazi omhane bangifica ngilele bafike bangivusa bathi asami.
I do not know the time wherein I left there because Mohane and them woke me up and just said that we should go.
Ngavuka ngahamba nabo.
I then woke up and left with them.
Yes. Once again, there's an entry regarding the serial number of the notice of rise that was given to you, that R508 6208.
Khona kule entry le kunalapho kuvela ke futhi le nombolo le ebonisayo ukuthi ke elapha kuyi serial number kulela phepha lamalungelo okuyiyona ke R5086208.
Showing that you were in possession of your notice of rights.
Lokho kusho ukuthi ke noma qinisekisa ukuthi ke wawunayo ke icopy yamalungelo wakho.
Cha akuqinisekisi lokho okuqinisekisa ukuthi kuyavela ngapha nangapha kodwa aqinisekisa ukuthi mina nganginaleli phepha ngoba ngilokhu ngishilo iphepha leni abakaze beze benginike akaze bengifundela aze benginike.
No, it does not confirm that I was in possession of my rights. It only confirms that it has been written on both documents, and I've indicated that this document was never read out to me and it was never given to me.
Now, Sergeant Mokhola testified that on the night of 30 May 2020 at Eraton, during your interview with Brigadier Gininda, the name of Mkulu came up, and that Brigadier Gininda asked her to follow that up. We see that on the record of 22 November 2023, page 3. Again, the record of 20 November 2023, page 30 to 31.
Gininda ke uthi usivezile ebufakazini bakhe ke bamhla ka22 ku-November nyaka wa 2023 kwavela ke ubufakazi bokuthi ke kwavela igama laka muntu thizeni kwakuthiwa ke umkhulu uGininda ke waseqela ke uMohane ukuthi ke makenze uphenyo noma alandelele kulelo daba lelo.
Ngiphinde ngiyashaya ikiti engiyaziyo ngomkhulu.
I still maintain that I know nothing about Mkulu.
And we'll briefly refer to, just read out from those proceedings, 22 November 2023, page 3, at line 9, Mr. Mgumezulu, ma'am, on the last occasion we dealt with the issue of Dobsonville, where the version of accused one is that you switched on this mobile phone and you scrolled his contacts until you came across the name Mkulu. Then Sergeant Mukhola answered, my lord, that is not the truth. The name Mkulu came up, my lord, on 30 November, my lord, after Brigadier Gininda informed me there is a follow-up information that I had to attend to. Then on page 21, I'm sorry, the proceedings of 21 November 2023, page 55, line 6, Sergeant Mukhola testified as follows, my lord, all I can say, my lord, the person who informed me about Mkulu, who is a traditional healer, it was Brigadier Gininda, while the accused had left for a confession. It was when he instructed me that I have to follow up on this information about a witch doctor. And also after he returned from making a confession, while he was there with me and Brigadier Gininda, Brigadier Gininda spoke with me to say, I will follow up that information during the course of the day in front of him. And the Brigadier also advised him to sleep on this information, and if he's ready on that day, during the day, he can then take me to where Mkulu is residing.
Ubufakazi ke baka Mukhula la washo wathi inkosi yankantolo ke mina ke umuntu owangitshela Sila kwaku umnumzane Ngomezulu ke ebuza ke uMukhula imibuza ke uthi ke inkosazana ukuthi ngesikhathi esindlulile uyakhumbula ukuthi sike sabhala sakhuluma ngodaba lwaseDobsonville lapho ngingachazela khona ke ukuthi umangalo lo wokuqala uthi wena wakhanyisa umakhalekhukhwini wakhe lapho ke wacinga khona inombolo zocingo waze wafika ke egameni elithi Mkhulu. Uyaphendula ke yena uMukhula uthi ke inkosi enkantolo igama elithi Mkhulu lafika lavela kimina noma ngaqala ukwazi ngalo ngomhla ka-30 kuMeyi lapho ke uBrigadier Gininda engitshela khona ukuthi kufanele ukuthi ngilandelele noma kunomkhondo kumele ukuthi ngiwulandelele. To Mr. Ngomezulu uthi ke futhi kuloko kushiwa ke umangalelwa noma ke iclient yakhe ukuthi ke mabaceda base bayamfonela loyo muntu loyo uthi ke yena bese Mr. Magwaza okuyena inyanga that accused number 1 uyisebenzisayo yena umnumzane Magwaza loyo. And then uthi ke uBrigadier Gininda wasuyamtshela ke ukuthi uzofanele ukuthi alandelele lo mkhondo lo bese ukuthi ke nawe wathi wena ngalesikhathi leso ungekho uyogonyuluka noma ke uyokwenza ke statement se confession waseso uthi mawubuya phambi kwakhe uGininda makakhuluma ngale ndaba yakamkhulu ukuthi ke ulale uyicabanga le ndaba emini kuzoqhubeka kube nophenyo kanti ke futhi mangabe kukhona ethanda ukukusho noma ufuna ukusazisa khona mayelana nomkhulu lo singathatha uyosibonisa lapho lo umkhulu lo akhona ukuthi wathi yena ke ubrigadier ukuthi makakwenza usale uyicabanga lento leyo emini uzobuya and then bese usho ukuthi ke uyobakhombisa ukuthi umkhulu uhlalaphi.
Namanje ngisasha ayikho into engiyaziyo ngomkhulu.
I still maintain that there is nothing that I know of umkhulu,
Akaze kuze kube nomuntu owumkhulu efonini yami.
and there was never a person on my cell phone by the name of umkhulu.
Kodwa ukuthi umhula ifoni yami wayivula masikulila lokishi leya wayivula.
But the fact that Mukhula switched on my phone when we were at that certain location, she did.
Wafuna ngimfakele iPin ngobe seyivulile ifoni yami.
She had already switched on my phone and requested for me to insert my PIN.
Andeke ku right ngoba kuthiwa la icourt kune 205 yefoni yami izokhomba ukuthi yavulwa nge30.
And it is further,
31.
it is then correct that there is a 205 from my cell phone records, then it would show that my phone was switched on the 30th.
Uma ephika ukuthi wayivula wayithatha phi inamba kaMagwaza ngoba asikho isikhathi athi ngamtshena ukuthi inamba kaMagwaza ngoba inamba kaMagwaza wayithatha khona efonini yami ngoba isivuliwe.
If he's saying, if he's denying the fact that she switched on my phone, is where would she have gotten this Magwaza person's number?
Ukubona ukuthi umhula kanalo iqiniso. Inamba kaMagwaza uyithatha efonini yami kodwa futhi akavumi ukuthi inamba kaMagwaza ithathe efonini yami ngoba uye wafonela uMagwaza. Mina ngibone sengenwa eDobsonville wasebecela ukuthi bacela ukuthi kanjani bakhombise la kuhlala khona uMagwaza.
This is the reason why I'm pointing out to the court that she is not telling the truth, because she's saying that she got the numbers from my cell phone and she does not agree again that she opened my phone. So I only realized that when we were in Dobsonville, then I was being told by this Mkulu person.
Angikhuluma ngomkhulu ngikhuluma ngoMagwaza.
Magwaza person, pardon me.
Sergeant Mukhula testified that after your cell phones were seized on the 30th of May 2020, they were kept in a safe at Eraton.
Uthi-ke uSergeant Magwaza mangiqeda ke ukuboshwa nini mhla ka-30 kuMay nyaka ka-2020 omakhalekhukhwini benu bathathwa bayogcinwa ke endaweni ephephile.
Kusho bani?
Who said that?
Sergeant Mukhula.
Sergeant Mukhula.
She testified that after your cell phones were seized on the 30th of May 2020, they were put in a safe at Eraton.
Uthi-ke omakhalekhukhwini benu bafakwa ke esefini police station yase Eraton mhla ka-30 kuMay.
Namanje ngisasho umhula ifoni yami ufike nawo lapha kuleli loshi sadibana kulo wayivula wasethi angifake iPin. Yila akhona ukuthola khona inamba kaMagwaza phakathi efonini yami.
I still insist and maintain that Mukhula or switched on my phone at the location wherein we met, and then he opened my phone and then scrolled until he found Magwaza's numbers.
Ukhuluma manga lento ayikhulumayo.
What she's saying here is all lies.
But you'll recall that in your evidence in chief, you testified that the motor vehicles drove maybe just before that. Is it correct that you were traveling in the Toyota Fortuner that was driven by Sergeant Mukhani?
Benihamba ngeToyota Fortuner ke ehamba ngomkhani ngalelo langa.
Ngiphinde ngilungise lenkulumo le eToyota Fortune. Lesikhathi esendlule bengikade ngikhumbula sengazi ukuthi kwakuyifortune esasamba ngayo. Kodwa ngithe mase ngilokhu ngihleli lokhu ngicabanga kahle le ndaba le ngakhumbula ukuthi imoto esasamba ngayo iqashiqayile kancamana.
Let me clarify this Fortuner issue as I've indicated that I firstly thought that it was a Fortuner that which we were traveling in. But in actual fact, when I think or go back to my thoughts, I then remembered that it was the Qashqai that I had spoken about.
But
Kodwa nayo ifortune yayikhona.
But the Fortuner was also there.
But the evidence of all the witnesses was that you were conveyed in the Toyota Fortuner.
Kodwa ke ubufakazi buthi ke wena uthe wawuhanjiswa ngale Toyota Fortuner.
Mina ngithi ngangihanjiswa ngeqashqayi.
I'm saying that I was transported with this Qashqai.
Ngishilo ngathi eqaleni ngangalenza lo phutha loba bengisafuna ngicabanga ukuthi iFortuna yingangihamba ngayo. Kodwa ngithe mangilokhu ngihleli sonke lesikhathi lesi ngiyicabangisisa kahle lento le ngathola ukuthi mina ngangihamba ngeqashqayi.
I did say that I made a mistake, that even if at first I said that we were traveling with a Fortuna, but I'm saying that once I have time now to go back to my thoughts, and then I had a recollection that it was a Qashqai that I was being transported with.
Manje ngikhumbula kahle imoto engayigibela kwayeqashqayi.
Now I remember very well that the motor vehicle in which I was driven on, it's a Qashqai.
Will this be an appropriate time to take the long adjournment? It's
Okay,
1300 hours.
up to 2 o'clock.
That's a good case.